In the countryside near Florence in Itense-by-Wusharar, the cry of an illegitimate child pierced the dawn. No one could have predicted that this infant, named Leonardo da Vinci, would become a once-in-a-millennium genius spanning art and science. He used his brush to freeze the smile of the Mona Lisa into an eternal enigma, foresaw the birth of helicopters and submarines in his manuscripts, and carved the most brilliant footnote for the Renaissance between his scalpel and paintbrush. Da Vinci's genius began at the age of 6 when he became an apprentice. In Verrocchio's workshop, he ground pigments and forged metals, copied murals, and studied geometry. This cross-disciplinary training led him to discover that light and shadow are nature's codes, and muscle movement follows mechanical laws. To paint Saint Jerome, he dissected dozens of corpses. When creating the Last Supper, he used perspective to precisely guide viewers' eyes to Jesus' forehead. Art, in his hands, became a tool to interpret the world. His notebooks are an unfinished encyclopedia. Among the Shisen pages of manuscripts, the flapping trajectories of bird wings are juxtaposed with sketches of flying machines, and sketches of fetuses in the womb are accompanied by water flow formulas. He discovered the function of heart valves, by Wusha years before Harvey, and his designed armored tank bears striking similarities in principle to modern tanks. These forward-thinking concepts prove that creativity is never a single breakthrough, but an insight into the interconnectedness of all things. His insatiable curiosity drove him to explore every corner of knowledge. He would spend hours observing the flow of rivers, noting how eddies form and dissipate, and then apply those observations to his paintings of landscapes, making the water in works, like the Virgin of the Rocks, seem to flow with a life of its own. He studied the growth patterns of plants, sketching the intricate branching of leaves, and this attention to natural detail is evident in the lush backgrounds of his religious paintings, where every leaf and flower is rendered with botanical precision. In the field of anatomy, Da Vinci's contributions were revolutionary. He didn't just dissect bodies to understand muscle structure for his art. He sought a deeper understanding of human physiology. His drawings of the skeleton, muscles, and internal organs are so accurate that they could be used in modern medical textbooks. He was particularly fascinated by the heart, and his sketches of its chambers and valves show a level of understanding that was centuries ahead of his time. He even made wax models to study the flow of blood, coming close to discovering the circulatory system long before it was formally described. Da Vinci's engineering designs were equally visionary. His sketches include plans for a parachute, a machine gun, a mechanical knight, and even a primitive robot. While many of these inventions were never built during his lifetime due to technological limitations, they demonstrate his ability to think beyond the constraints of his era. His design for a flying machine inspired by the wings of birds shows a keen understanding of aerodynamics, and many of its principles are still relevant in modern aviation. As an artist, Da Vinci revolutionized painting techniques. The Mona Lisa is not just a portrait. It's a masterpiece of psychological insight. The way her eyes seem to follow the viewer, and the ambiguous smile that shifts depending on the angle from which it's viewed, show his mastery of human expression. The Last Supper is a triumph of composition, using perspective to create a sense of depth that draws the viewer into the scene, making them feel like they are present in the room with Jesus and his disciples. The smile in the Mona Lisa hides his philosophy. The sfumato technique makes contours dissolve into light and shadow, just as he believed nature has no absolute boundaries. While his contemporaries separated art from science, he had long used his brush to calculate the angles of light and shadow, and anatomical knowledge to endow figures with souls. This integrative thinking means his manuscripts from over 200 years ago still inspire AI researchers and bionics experts today. Da Vinci's legacy extends far beyond his art and inventions. He embodied the Renaissance ideal of the universal man, someone who excels in multiple fields. His belief in the unity of knowledge, that art and science are not separate but complementary, has inspired generations of thinkers. artists, and scientists. In a world where specialization is often the norm, Da Vinci's example reminds us of the power of interdisciplinary thinking, of seeing connections where others see only boundaries. Today, when we look at his works, whether it's the enigmatic smile of the Mona Lisa, the precise lines of the Vitruvian Man, or the visionary sketches in his notebooks, we see more than just the work of a genius. We see a reminder of what humanity is capable of when curiosity, creativity, and perseverance come together. Da Vinci's life was a testament to the idea that there are no limits to what we can achieve when we dare to explore, to question, and to imagine. He once said, "I have been impressed with the urgency of doing. Knowing is not enough. We must apply. Being willing is not enough. We must do." This philosophy is evident in everything he created, from his paintings that continue to captivate audiences, to his inventions that foreshadowed the future. He was not content to merely understand the world. He wanted to shape it, to make it a better place through his ideas and his art. In the end, Leonardo da Vinci is more than just a historical figure. He is a symbol of human potential. His life and work continue to inspire us to reach for greatness, to embrace our curiosity, and to never stop learning. In a world that is constantly changing, his legacy remains a beacon of innovation and creativity, reminding us that the pursuit of knowledge and beauty is a lifelong journey, one that enriches not just ourselves but the entire human race. His ability to seamlessly move between art and science, to see the beauty in mathematics and the logic in art, is what makes him truly unique. He showed us that the world is not divided into separate compartments, but is a single interconnected whole. In his hands, a paintbrush and a compass were equally powerful tools for understanding and expressing the wonders of the universe. As we continue to face the challenges of the modern world, from climate change to technological innovation, we can look to Da Vinci for inspiration. His willingness to take risks, to question conventional wisdom, and to pursue knowledge for its own sake, is exactly what we need in today's complex and rapidly changing world. He teaches us that progress comes not from sticking to what we know, but from venturing into the unknown, from daring to imagine what could be. Leonardo da Vinci's story is far from over. His works continue to be studied, his ideas continue to be explored, and his spirit continues to inspire new generations of creators and innovators. In the end, that is perhaps his greatest legacy, the belief that the human mind is capable of extraordinary things, and that the pursuit of excellence is a journey without end. What Da Vinci left to the world is not just the perfect proportions of the Vitruvian Man, but an attitude towards existence, to gaze at the world like a child, dismantle all things like a craftsman, and suture knowledge like a philosopher. He proved that humanity's greatest invention is always the belief in possibility.